Okay, I want to say welcome again everybody. Welcome to another video here. In this video I'm going to be doing some, well really this time, because in the last video I said I was going to do it but I went off the track again, I went off the beaten track again. In this video I'm going to be drawing some sketches for certain characters. Okay, trying to design the characters for one of my new cartoons I'm coming up with, as I say. In the previous video I went off the beaten track and I just started to show you some brushes and just playing around with various effects that you could do to come up with some painting and stuff, and visualization for scenes and how you can use some of the brushes. But in this one we're going to really do it now. Okay, so I'm going to choose this brush here. Let's go. I'm going to choose a blue. Sometimes I go for like a reddish colour. I'm going for a dark blue here. Let's go full opacity brush, low opacity, lowish opacity layer. I've got some guidelines set up and I'm going to give some rough scribbles and stuff here. I'm just going to try and find a figure in all of that. Another way of doing this is I could just literally go straight in and draw, and I'll try both actually with a normal pen. This is both a creative way of finding poses for figures by looking into the mess, as though you're similarly looking into like clouds and finding shapes. But it's also a kind of an escape route from, it's like a cop out in some ways, because you should be trying to work out poses properly as well. So I do both, you know. Like this is giving me information, but it's random, you see. But you know, I should be able to find poses anyway. So let's do one in this and then we'll do one normal. We're doing side by side and I'll draw this one character. It's going to be a male character this time. Okay, it's not a woman, it's going to be a man character. We'll give it a few tries. We've got men and women, different characters we've got to design. So this one we're going to see. What I really want to do is I want to duplicate this layer a few times first, so we can come up with some variations of this. Okay. Yeah, about here for this one over there. What I also want to do is I want to change them up a bit, their position, so we got another extra one there. Haha, we cheated. Okay, so we got one there. This one we could change even more. I could do this maybe. What could I do? I could maybe do this, change up some crazy one. It's like I'm coming up with my own ancient language or something. Characters, I don't know. But this obviously doesn't fit really the shape of a human being. I'm going to go over the lines. As you can see, as I said before, I also have some reference images here set up around here. I didn't draw these, but these are reference images of poses of people standing and sitting in various poses, which are very, very useful. And I've got lots of photos as well that I found online, and as well as these images. So it's good reference, you know, to either trace over or to just look at for reference. So there. I think it's really good that Critter's got this feature, and Critter's got this feature where you can have, like, you know, and you can have multiple ones. I've got quite a few there, you know, so it's great. I'm going to put down the opacity of the layer, go back onto a normal layer now and choose a normal pen, and just find stick figures within this and find poses, basically. So you got, first of all, I look for a place where I can find a head, basically. I want to have this first one on another layer, and I'll make it slightly stronger visibility. Okay, the opacity. Go for a fairly strong opacity. So I'll find the head first. We're going for a fairly straight standing one for this one. I'm going to shoulder about here, and I find that I like to just go loose usually. So let's just do that. I'm going to put the body in here. So I'm going to put this hand about there. Let's put some hands by the sides. Let's make the body about there then, and this will be the groin. And I'm literally just drawing these like sausage shapes for the arms and the legs. Like I could just do a stick figure like that, but I'm not. I'm going in and doing it. You know, I like to go in sometimes for the joints of these knees. I don't know why. I like to imagine it's almost like a robot or some toy figure or something. You know, something like that. And I imagine that the pieces are joined on a certain way. Now sometimes I feel I have to go in with a stick figure first, and sometimes I feel I don't have to. I can just go straight in. I'm imagining all these areas here, and I'll put the neck in and things like that as I go, and I'll adjust it as I see fit, you know. So we're adjusting certain things and we're raising certain areas and changing things, getting the basic pose for this figure. And the hands, usually the hands will be about where the groin is height wise. Just adjusting these arms a little bit here. Okay, so that'll be there. Trying to imagine where certain muscle groups are. So I'm not the best artist when it comes to anatomy and stuff. I'm still learning a damn lot. Okay, it's very hard, I think, drawing anatomy, the body and that. But I'm not. The thing is, I'm not even trying to draw the whole shebang. What's the word? The whole muscle system here. I'm just literally just trying to work out the shapes of the arms, and you know. So let me just work it out here. Okay, so that's about there, something like that, right? But I don't like it already, so what I do is I delete it. See, when you get good, when you get better, you start to realise that you don't care, and you can just easily change things at will. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to go back to normal, very loose. See, and that's much better already. See, that's much better. It doesn't look better, but it is better. It is better. It is. Look at the shapes here. See, you can just work it, and then I can draw on top of that. See. Sorry about these advertisements that keep popping up on the screen. I'm very sorry about those. So yeah, they keep popping up, these advertisements. It pisses me off that we're here again. Sorry. They always pop up on the screen. You know what I mean. Put this here. So I'm putting the basic shapes in. Okay, and that'll be about there. Obviously got a neck, obviously. Gone a bit over the line, it doesn't matter. We're just literally putting in the shapes I need. See? The legs here, the knees, okay. I'm working out these basic shapes, got these big muscles on the thighs here, you know. So that's going to be basically that, you know. Like I said, I have to keep on erasing areas and starting again every single time I mess it up. But you got to remember that these are in themselves, they are just guides. That's all they are. So even if they're not perfect, you do the real drawing on top, so it's okay. It doesn't matter if they're not perfect. You know, that's the thing. Even like the head, I don't like the way that head is. It looks like it's on the wrong. Not only the neck problem there, but it's like in the wrong sort of angle. I find almost on the wrong angle, sort of thing. Looks a bit weird, like it's on a tilt. But you know, not to say someone can't move their neck that way. Just put that there like that. It does go in a little bit. and not so much as it does on women. And so that's going to be about there. That's pretty good though, I think, for a basic stop. When I can put that there, see? Put that there. I can put that in the centre. And then this will be there. You get these wide shoulders. So it's a man, you know, so. The other, okay, now I'm not going to do all the muscles in here. Obviously, do all the muscles and everything here. We're not drawing in topless anyway. You're going to have clothes on. So this is just a pre-visualization for the look of the character, basically. Yeah, I don't like this mess I've got here. It looks an absolute mess. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use various parts of the picture. Okay, so that's the only thing I can really do, I think. So even like spaces. So okay, let's just do that. I'm going to put the head about here. What can I see? It's like, I'm just trying to think now. See, let me see. No. This one. See, I was looking at this. I was thinking like even this space here looks like maybe a head. Could be here or something, or a face about here maybe. Wow, it's pissing me off, these advertisements. They really are. Look, keep popping up all the damn time. Sorry. Say, okay, so that's about there. So I'm using everything, you see. I'm using the empty spaces and the actual shapes themselves. So this looks like it could be a jacket or something. See, now I'm going like just using the actual sketch itself. See the actual lines themselves. See, this is like a jacket or something. See, but I can see that, you know, as I'm looking into this. See, this can see there. I can see that line there, and he's going to have this kind of jacket thing anyway going on. I don't really like the angle of the whole thing. It's a very, very simple outfit, I'll say that. He's going to be wearing. Very, very simple outfit he's going to be wearing. But trying to think while I'm talking. Trying to think while I'm talking, yeah. You know. Kind of hard. So that's basically that. So we didn't even do like a proper stick figure for that one. This one we're going to do a proper stick figure. So it's going to be a different pose, some kind of action, I mean like really twisted up pose. I mean, I don't know what. There's got to be something going on here. I don't know. Again though, I can still use various parts, so I can put this across here maybe. Yep, I can see a leg here. So you see, I'm not always just doing stick figures, I am working with these shapes. I can see a leg here. Another leg is like somewhere behind there. So this, I want him to have like boots on, he's a soldier. So that's about there. This is here, and that's about, that shoe looks as big as the Titanic. Okay, so that's about there now. We're not trying to give him a big fat ass. It's not a woman. Okay, I'll get put that over there. We're not trying to do a curvy woman here. We're doing a man, a soldier standing. Okay, so let's work it out. Because the knee's about here behind there. The foot's about there, and we're trying to actually keep it. I would say. Let's keep this here. Hold on. We're trying to actually keep this to the actual size that we've got there, like on the actual lines, or on the actual height that we've got there. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to do the head about a bit higher. You see, the neck will be about in there anyway. The body is slightly tilted, I feel. I'm going to put the arm back here. The armpit's going to start about there, meaning that the body is on the side slightly, but slightly, would you call that straight? I'd say it is fairly straight actually, yeah. The arm should be about here to make sense. I'm going to put this arm in front now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not seeing much to go with, but I can see shapes. There's a shape there. Well, my mind's telling me I can see a shape. Whether I can or not, I don't know. Put a bit of that shape there. Okay. The waist is actually, it's got to be in here, see. And this leg's about there. So we're just changing a few things here. I'm going to just put this lower. A little bit lower there, see, and that's about there, and then this is about there. It's got some like jacket on anyway, so it's like that, something like a jacket or something here. A bit wider chest, I think, but it's on the side, but still I want to show more of that. Baggy clothes, some kind like that. That's about there. This is here. The other hand I'll just have like that, like behind there or something, and the hands about like that, and then the head. Sometimes I'll zoom in more to see the shapes in more. That head's a little bit too small, I feel, so I'll go into here and do a line about there and work out where the sheet is going to be. Okay, put a line down the centre. You can see the chin there. The eyes will be in here, and the jaw goes up about there. The back of the head's about there. The top of the head will be about there. Hair, and then anything in the front will be about there if he has that kind of hairstyle. Nose and the mouth will be about there. Hands a little bit big. So you'll see, you know, and you just work it out, and you put a thumb there. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back of the arm be about there. Not going too crazy with that. It's about like that, maybe. It's about like that. Okay. And there we go. And this arm you could fix up a little bit, little shapes and things you might want to fix up along the way. It's a jacket, so it's alright, you know. A few lines up there and whatever. I don't know, let me see. Actually, like this. And this is, as I say, this is a rough design. It's like not the full-on thing, but at least it gives us some shapes to work with. Now in this one, I've not actually bothered to use the stick figures like I'm trying to do, like use the stick figures. I've not bothered with this one. I've just gone straight in and used sketches. That first one is very flat with the guy's arms right by his side there. Do you see that? Now we could have done something where I could have done this. I could have gone with the arms and just like, you know, just moved it a little bit out or something, you know, like that. I don't know. And it kind of works if you do it carefully, you know. If you do it carefully, it works. But if it doesn't work, you just change it. It's okay. Yeah. Got to be confident, because if you can't be confident with these, excuse me, if you can't be confident with these, you know, rough sketches, then how can you be confident with the real one? You know, that's the question. Now, what I will do is I will either turn those off, which I do sometimes, or I will keep them for a little bit of information, bring the opacity down, and then bring these, you know, obviously down. We bring that down even further, and then I go on to another layer and start to do some designs. So what I'm going to do is do some designs. Oh yeah. The idea really is I want to be, you know, faster. This is too slow for me. I don't want to waste a lot of time. I want to be fast and get this stuff done. I've got an idea what I'm going to do with the eyes for most of this cartoon. I'm going to try and do the faces pretty simple, so I'm going to go in with this kind of like sketchy approach. I think it looks more realistic anyway. Very simple faces, very simple. But this is a soldier. I'm going to give him some ears because he's got a ear shit. Put the face like this. Got a kind of rough face anyway. Hair style, I'm really not sure. I want to make the face as simple as possible, so some eyebrows like that. Soldiers usually have short hair anyway, don't they? So I think the best thing to do would be to go with a short kind of style anyway. So I'll go like this and give him a very short style because he's just a soldier anyway. I'm going to do it like that. Just a soldier. I'm going to go here. I'm thinking now for the this part. Okay. He's just going to be this guy in a big baggy like green top. It looks a bit like a shirt. He's not an office man. Just some guy in a dark green outfit, you know, a soldier. Oh, the hand's way too small. Hang on. Put that there. Put that there. Okay. Okay, that's that. Let's go and see this now. Hold on. So I'll put that there. It's not perfect, as I say, it's just a rough one, but what are you going to do? How about like that? Big kind of like baggy outfit, and then these big baggy trousers with these big boots on, something like that. I think they're too big actually now, but whatever, it's okay. It's a soldier, you know. Big belt, so I need to give him a belt. I think I've done that wrong. These are too big, these boots, but like that. Okay, like that maybe. He's a soldier, and yeah, we can give him this big belt. This is too small as well. Should be like down there, like that, and be like a belt. To say that this big belt with a buckle, we'll just go for like that. I'll make this black in a moment, these blue lines, you know, make that like some kind of, you know, and I think that's basically enough really. The hair we can give like a dark colour or a light colour, it doesn't really matter. I'm just doing that for some design. Adam's apple on a man, a few lines across here to make it a bit of interest. I know, you know. Again, you know, darker boots really would fit the scene. A few shines on there, like white I've left. You know, and I'm gonna do the same guy from different angles, as I say. I think what I will do is I feel comfortable drawing in blue really, but I'm gonna make it black, and just so you can see better. Okay. Well, shit. Sorry. Do this. We'll just make it black, and I'll just. He's gonna have some green clothes, you know. I'm just gonna show you with this black for now. So this one we're gonna go in with this side. It's the same guy, as I said, the same guy. We're just practicing. So this is basically what the soldiers are gonna look like in the show. I could have given him some glasses, like some round shades, but I don't want to do that. Eyes as well, I've got to keep in mind the angle of the eyes. We're looking down, So like that, bottom of the nose, like that, and the face is going to go down. Oh, should be using black, shouldn't I? Black. Okay. Like that for shortening. The top of the ear, more of the hair seen from the top. Okay. Like this. And the top of the head, like the top of the head seen more, see. More because we're looking from the top, looking down, as I say. And that's okay, it's coming on okay. Still a little bit too much, I think, though, there, so just fixing a few things up. As I say, it's got a very short hairstyle, so I can't put too much detail on. They're making it very simple, you know. I will add some black as we go, like, you know, to make it better, just to show what we're doing. Put some detail on the ear in a moment as well. Okay. So let's it's your brain trying to think, you know. Fix up the shape of that face there, you know. And so basically this guy, his ears fixed up. I think he's looking a bit fogged up, you know. Okay, so now you've got to do the collar area at this part. You've got to remember the angle that you're looking at it on, you know. So we're there. It's not really perfectly drawn there, but this is here. These big broad shoulders, you know, he's a soldier, as I say. And it's really funny, you like get more what's the word, confident drawing in certain coloured pens, I find, brushes, you know. But sometimes it's like sometimes it's basically like wrong. No, I mean sometimes you can find your confidence again. Well, I'm doing it in black here. Usually I'll be more confident doing it in a like dark blue first of all. But then again, that was something I wasn't even used to doing before as well. Even people used to mention this stuff, like, you know, sketching stuff out like with a pencil first, like blue. But I didn't feel I wasn't confident with that. But now I'm used to that more. It's weird. So you get used to doing certain things a certain way, or with certain brushes or colours, or with guidelines, or without. You know, it's just, I don't know. I'm just speaking from my own experience. Okay, that's what I'm saying. By the way, this is a very simple picture, so don't think that I'm doing the best pictures here. And plus, sometimes when I do my actual real animations, sometimes the art is also pretty simple. But usually I try and do much at least better, you know, in my actual productions. But this is like a rough. These are rough designs, as I say, you know. I'll separate this bit here and show a bit around the other side here to make it like that. Now these are, as I say, it's the foreshortening that's the thing here. So this is, we're having to see the foreshortening. I will be doing some more paintings as well, guys, like soon. I want to do some more paintings as well, okay? Maybe some like scenes. Christmas time's coming, so maybe I can do some nice Christmas pictures as well. And I was even thinking maybe some simple animated stuff as well for Christmas, you know, so that'd be nice. Or even just scenery in general. I like painting, but you know, okay, so let's do this next one now. This one's fairly done. It looks fairly squared off, I know, there, but we're going to do this next one right now. Let me just fix up this arm a little bit. Yeah, I think this one's basically done, this one. Let's go over that. Okay, so we know what our guy looks like now, so let's go straight. And this is a pretty nice little pose, I guess, you know. So obviously the hair is different to what I've actually done in this setup, as I say. As I say, the characters, sometimes when you draw the same characters, they don't always look absolutely the same, you know, and that can be a thing. But the thing is, like, the basic thing's the same, and this is a fairly rough design of a character anyway, you know. See, even this hair here, see, and the face might not look perfectly the same if you had it, if you looked at all three of these characters, you know. You get the basic idea. I've seen lots of cartoons, real cartoons online. I mean, not online, I mean just real cartoons I've seen, and comics and stuff, where characters sometimes look very different in different scenes anyway, because of the way they've been drawn. So, you know, even in proper shows where they're not supposed to, like, you know, like, you know. So that's another thing, you know. Sometimes. That's another thing. Adam's apple, we'll put that in. Always got a thing about the Adam's apple, you've got to draw that in. Your eyebrows tell a lot. Sometimes you can have like really big thick eyebrows, and sometimes you'll have like very thin ones, and they can tell a lot. The same way that eyes can as well, you know, like a lot of information if they're bigger or smaller, you know, things like that, you know. Yeah. So you see how I'm adding like simple creases and stuff. Oh yeah, I think these end parts are pretty important actually. These, I don't know, it just feels like it needs to be in there, a part of the uniform. I could have given this guy a beret, a hat. I could have given him like so like he's a soldier, you know, certain gear and stuff, and even if he's not holding a gun and stuff, you know. I'm just following the basic guide here, by the way, of this hand. You know, I could have done that. I could have given him, you know, goggles, glasses, hats, certain things, you know. Anyway, this belt in here somewhere. This bit of this coat on the top there, something like that. It can be a challenge to like work it all out, you know. But it can be a lot of fun too, you know. It's funny because I'm doing this here now, and I feel like, wow, it's like I'm doing a real thing or something. But this is not. It's just practice, you know. It's a practice one. Even I can see my mistakes and stuff anyway as I'm doing it. It's rough, you know. Okay, let's just see what we got here. So this line, maybe more down here. We want broad shoulders, but we don't want it too much, just so that, you know. The lines down there. Now this line, I want it nice and like crisp, straight lines, like see, very straight. So yeah, about there. Let's be about there, maybe. This is a bit too much, maybe there. His leg a bit bigger, even bigger. So he's a man anyway, you know. So okay, now this is here. Okay, now this is the boot part. You don't want to mess up them boots. Them boots are made for walking. And this is what I do. I can't sing this late of a night. People are getting ready for sleeping, so I've got to be quiet. Okay. But that's okay. If you want to hear more singing, I can sing in another video for you. If you don't like it, you can just just listen to some music while you watch. Now this boot, if you look at this boot, it's really too big. I think it looks too big. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. But we're following the same shape of what we've got there. That's nice. Okay, now we're going to do this here. You see, And you just, sometimes your art talks to you and it fixes itself. That's what I find anyway. Put a bit of that heel in, a little bit of that heel there, and that makes it a bit better, rather than looking like a big Titanic like I said earlier. Okay, so there we go. So there we go, we've got some nice designs. Let me just turn those off now. I'm going to add some colour. You can see, so it came from these sketches what we did first, and you know the basic thing is like this. They started with these, didn't they? Sorry, they started with these, right? That's what they started with. And you know, I don't need that now. And these ones, as I say, you know, the basic idea is, you gotta remember, is we're looking for this. I'll show you what we're looking for. I'll use a red for now. We're looking for basically a circle head, a big sausage body, 2 arms there and 2 arms there. That's what we're looking for. That's all we're looking for. That's it. That's it. There's the face there, okay. They're looking down, see? This is like the spine obviously there. See, if you wanted to follow the real thing, what you'd be doing is you'd have a neck, shoulders, shoulder line, see? Hips line, wider on the women, different, okay. Line here, you know. And then they're going down there to the knees, whatever, and the arms are down here. And what you do is you put a body bit like that, and the hips bit be like that, or just do another circle, or some shape here, you see. And you just join it all up. On a woman it's more curvy and that, you know. But what I do, I start with this basic thing. I just do this, and then what I do is a shape, you know, and the arms. You see, that's actually, yeah, it's okay, but it's like I'll just do that there. See, I know that there's a groin part there. I just gotta find it. No, I might draw it in there. See that if I want to do that, if I want to, and then when I understand all this, I need to do this one quickly. See, when I understand all that, see, I may even just draw all the way down, like from the beginning. I may even just do that. It depends what I'm gonna do. But what I do is I imagine this whole thing is here, and you have the basic thing. Just do the lines, you see. You see, and this is here, and then this will be like behind there. I might do like a little circle for the hand, also to show. See, or the same for the feet. I might do a little shape for the foot, like a triangle or something like that. See. Okay, and then the face. Obviously, we'll put the face in. You know, you've got a bit of a triangle, like a chin obviously there. You just erase it when you do the real one, you know. Like that. But that's the basic shapes we're looking for. And what I might do is I might do that, you see, and I'll start to draw on top of these shapes to make these. You see? So I may do that right in the very beginning. I might have like nothing, and I'll just do these kind of shapes. That's what I sometimes can do, but it's hard sometimes to think about that. Now, let me just have a look. I want to say, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll turn these really low. I'll go on another layer, you see, and I'll think about this more in a more 3D type of sense now. So what I'll do is I'll go there, and I'll imagine all these pieces. Like I'll do this. And this part here, so I might do as a separate piece with the shoulders, the top of the shoulders and the body there. This is the gut area, you know, whatever. This is like the hips and stuff, you know. This line in the middle, like imagine, see. And you got these shapes, like you do circles or balls if you want to, and you just make like a sausage like parts here. You see, and then you just put extra balls for the elbows if you want to. Imagine that they're not only flat circles, see, they're 3-dimensional shapes. You see in that here, these are like cylinders for the legs, so you can put joints if you want to and do that. This could be like a kind of cube shaped pieces here if you want to have that. See, the head could even be as well. You're imagining there's a neck underneath this, but you want to adjust the head shape a bit, or just see from what angle you're looking at, because you might not see certain things like the neck underneath there. See, this could be a cube head, or it could be a circular spherical head, the ball, you know. And the same with this, so and then you just do it very loosely. So I'll be doing that. I might put the neck in or whatever, but I might just do a body like that still, just like naturally as one piece. I might put a bit of a groin in if I wish to, some kind of shape there, and then do these pieces, see, and just imagine them as 3D in my mind. And so this one as well, so I'm doing that, imagining this is here and this is his two parts. But what I do is I bend it like that, and I may even imagine the whole thing, like the top of the body, the bottom part, the six pack, whatever the fuck here, and the chest here, see, and then the groin part is here, from which, you know, that's his pants, you know, from which the leg comes out of here, see, imagining a join on the front there and then another part here, and then, you know, and then the ankle part here, and then this part, and then the toes, so the feet on there, and then the same thing. I might go straight through first and do that, it depends, and I'll just do a shape there, do another one there, and do the shapes so I can see, and I'll just start to erase certain things if I'm not doing them on different layers, you know, and that'll be there, and that'll be there, what's in front of what, you know, and the basic. And what you need to know is, we get rid of that back one first, what you need to understand is well, you have this shape, you have these, right, and you imagine that it's all round, see, like it's all round like that, it's all rounded, see, well, see, you need to understand the shape, see, over here, that's across the front, it's here, the body's here, behind there, you see, and this is over there, see, this is there. That's basically what you're looking at, see, on this, same with this one, see, it's all up there, put that a bit transparent, see, this is over here, the front of the line, see, we're looking down, so the angles like this, these are as well, see, and these, this is the top, see, top here as well, and these are here, put some lines straight for those. And you might have like the centre line here, so this is the centre here, 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 here. Imagining the shapes, see, so this is the centre, this is the line here in the front, see, the front of the shin, we can do the side and leg here, imagining, see, here, imagining these shapes, see, in 3D, see, imagining that, this one, same thing. I'm putting some fairly straight lines because we're looking forward at this character, you see, so we can't see too much, but yeah, they're a little bit round, just imagining you're drawing around them like you're drawing onto a 3D, like a real model or something, you know, you're drawing on top of it. So here, this is going to be straight down obviously, then the fronts, see, here, just so you know, and you might want to just like break things down. You might want to imagine, okay, these are the chest muscles, this is this, oh, the face, the nose, the eyes are here, you know, things like that. Oh, the shoulders, these muscles on the arms here, okay, these are here, the elbows, these bits, you know, the chest, the muscles here, right, or whatever it is, and then you got the groin here, the thighs, you know, the shins and the calves and all the rest of it, ears on the side, you know, whatever it's going to be, the top of the hairline, it might be up here or it might be in front of the eyes, whatever it's going to be, you know, and you work out all these pieces, you know, and you know what you do is you start to understand. So if I do that, you'll understand. If I take that and you can start to learn about everything. So what kind of clothes the guy's going to have. See? What kind of clothes? He's going to be like that. He's a hoodie, okay? He's in a hoodie now. And this is the guy there, seeing with the hands about there. He's in gloves or whatever, I don't know. Right, and that's about there, see? And then there's me a pair of shorts, so I'll put a pair of shorts on you. Okay, and then there. And then some pair of shoes, see? And there you go. If I can just work out the shapes, you see. So, yeah, you know, so let's get rid of all that shit now. Excuse my language. All these shapes and stuff we're doing. So many different designs. We started off with these. And do stick figures, as I say. And now we're going to add some colour to these. The female character I was going to draw. Before I do that, in the next video, or next, yeah, in the next video I'll draw maybe another 1 or 2 simple poses of this character in various poses. A few just using stick figures to actually pose them in my mind. The reason I started out with this setup with these guidelines and how to step and have standing positions is because I wanted to just get a kind of neat setup for the clothes and stuff, you know. But let's just do the colours on this first. Okay. I'll do the skin first. On every one first. I'm hoping that this cartoon will be in colour when I do the real cartoon, I mean. So this is a test, this is a pre-visualization to see roughly what the character's going to look like. This is one of the baddies and they're all going to look more or less the same, more or less. Just me being lazy, but that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, black boots, right? I forgot about the black boots there. Shit. Why didn't you tell me, guys? And the black belt. Gotta have the black belt. Put a few shines on there. That's what I'm doing. See, about like that. Now, yeah, the green. So it's not many colours. You see, it's really simple. Not many colours, and I'm doing that on purpose because I want to make it really simple. I could give him a yellow like belt kind of. I don't want to do that. That's why I chose simple stuff like this black, you know. Skin colour, yes. I'll give the white for the eyes, really. I mean, you can't. He doesn't have big eyes. He doesn't have big eyes, but still, always, it brings out the eyes. It just brings them out, you know. It's a little bit dark, this green, but I think it's okay. Remember, I can go straight over the other colour because it's okay, because we're working on a layer that's below that. And also remember that all the colour layers are below the line art layer. Lines are on top, okay, and the colours are below on other layers, and those are on top of each other. So obviously clothes is on top of skin, you know. But the way we've painted this is I've actually painted the skin first. So in terms of layers, I'm having to paint this underneath, you know, on another layer. So you don't want to paint over the same layer, basically. So these are soldiers, as I say, and yeah. So as I say, this is a very, very rough, sketchy few pictures here. I mean, it's a rough design, so it's not proper, really, really good stuff. But you could get away with doing some like simple images and comics and stuff like this, you know, do more detail on, clean them up a bit, you know, as well. The thing I'm trying to say is, you know, I'm going to go with white now on the skin layer. It's okay, just for the eyes. The thing I'm going to say is you can do much nicer art. So this could be a basic line art for a start, you know, and then you could go in and do much better artwork on another layer on top of this. So this could be the rough sketch one, and then you could go on top and do a much better design, you know. Now I'm on the same layer, but it's okay because I'm just colouring in some areas that I missed. But you know what I mean though? Yeah, so this is what I'm trying to say. This is basically what I'm trying to say. So you could fix these up, you know, make them nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the white for the shines. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go underneath that. I'm going to do just a quick colour just so I can see a little better. I've got another layer underneath that, so I'm just adding some red just so I can see what I'm doing. A bit nicer also, isn't it? I'm going to go on top of that. I'm going to paint white in underneath the shoes, because you can see that the shoes had a problem there. The shines weren't working, and the belts really as well, but you know, just fixing certain things up here basically. Let's see. So these shoes are giving a bit of a shine. I can do that on top of there as well. Just paint on underneath there. See, just give it a shine. It's a bit of a strong white, I know, but it's okay. The eyes are very small, as I say, so you're not seeing much detail there. The lines, again, you can also clean up like rough edged lines, like by erasing certain areas, like to clean them up. The line art and stuff. If you want to do that, you've got to be careful because you may mess up your stuff. It's better to zoom in as well. I'm not really zooming in, I'm not being very careful here, I know. And it's very nice sometimes to have like little thin lines. Sometimes you may want to erase areas too, like that. You may want to go over the main, usually the outer edges, usually. Also, let me just go back to my brushes. I've just kind of gone over there by accident to another group. In shoes, a black pen obviously, and then just go over like the edges carefully, just the main wide edges, and that makes it stand out. If you, with a thicker, slightly thicker brush, I'm saying. Okay, so I'm just doing that. It's still rough, I'm doing this, but it's like, you know, it makes them stand out a bit more. I'm not cleaning up everything, as I say here. This works a little bit. Let's see, a bit too much there. But you can see what I'm saying. You can go in here, see, and you know, just clean up areas and just like make it nice and standing out. See, like that area there, it's like kind of give a little bit of shadow kind of feel to it, those darker areas. And I like it in manga, like comics, when you sometimes see people do very nice work where they use the black like to make shadows and stuff, even with like the black and white comics. They actually use what do you call it? They actually use the black to actually make shadows and stuff. You know, actually make the shadows. It's a bit messy, I know, but we're going to just make this nice and neat as possible, just to make it a nice little sketch. I'm just enjoying doing it. I don't know why the hell I'm going so into this so hardcore here, but I'm gonna bring out the best of these little designs here. Why not? Oh, let's go over that. Go over that with black lines there. You can see some other areas here that we may need to clean up as well. Look, like there is white underneath that. Now, those eyes are not really looking too good, but still, just leave it like that. Don't get carried away, you know. Just leave it like that, just for now. At least we'll see. various details, like especially the outer edges, and you get faster at doing it too. You get faster and cleaner at doing it as well, drawing these outer edges. See, yeah. Oh, I need to put the colour in there as well. Okay, let's quickly do that, add that in. You see, I'm not sticking strictly to the layers that I've set up for different things. I'm doing it kind of, you know, freely, but it's like, it's okay as long as you get the job done, you know. At the end of it, you get the job done and proper as well. I was saying, like, you see how sometimes you use these slightly thicker black pen for the edges, you see, and it sometimes goes in and it kind of creates these shadows too, but you want all the detailed lines on the inside to be like thin, usually thinner. When you see like anime, like cartoons and stuff, usually it's actually very thin lines all through, like everything's like usually thinner, like maybe not every time, but like a lot of the time. But you can see also sometimes that some of my lines are a little bit too thick, I think, too, in some of these areas. This one is the most flat looking one. It's like, it's okay, but this first image was like, because of the pose and everything, which is done really rough, you know. I'm even doing it roughly, just filling it in now while I'm doing this, but I put the chin in here. Got to do certain things to make it look better. How about erase it? No, not going to do that because I've spent quite a bit of time on this one now. So as I say, the goal is really to get things done fast. So we've got these here, these characters now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge the everything down, like the lines and the colours, merge these layers down. Okay, not the background, giving that a check here. Oh, hold on, giving that a check. Okay, so they're on one layer. I'm going to now make a darker copy, duplicate of this layer. And you know what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my shadow thing that I like to do. So one dark and one light. And we'll go in and I'll just start erasing, imagining where the light's coming from. We'll imagine the light's coming from one side here. And here, you know. Just trying to, it's funny because whenever you're doing light you need to remember where the light's coming from, what side, but sometimes you get carried away and you want to like do light in certain areas to show various aspects of your picture, various areas of your picture, and what happens is you end up colouring it wrong because it looks weird, because, you know, that's the thing, you know, you don't want to, you're not supposed to do that, you know. You see how I'm doing it a bit rough as well, like I'm leaving areas because it's like this baggy clothes and there's like shadow in certain areas, especially under the arm here too. And I'm like trying to leave some creases and stuff, and just to make use of that. So yeah, you see that's why. You know, I like it when you can do things like this. You know, we can do like the creases and stuff. Remember, like, there's a bit of darkness in certain gaps, and then again, like under the chin and various areas. You know, just blocking out some shapes with various little gaps in between, and then just imagining the 3D-ness of the clothes, the flow, how it looks or how it feels like when you're drawing. You've got to imagine the feeling, like you're doing it, painting onto something that's 3D basically. Merge that down now, make another duplicate, give me a little highlight. I know it's like really rough stuff, but I'll do it for the sake of it, you know. Give it a highlight on the edge, just a little bit of a highlight on the edge, and you see how it brings out the best when you do that. See, it does help when you bring out these highlights. Not too many, just a little bit of a highlight here and there, and it just brings it out, you know, it helps. See the thing, the final thing. On the nose there a little bit, and Yeah, I know. You know, we're going to give them blur. Move that down. Give it a slight blur. Not too strong. Sorry about these advertisements, by the way. Keep popping up. Annoying. It's not even funny. These advertisements that keep popping up. Yeah, a little bit too blurred, I think they are, the images there. Let's see, hold on. We'll change the background to like a dark blue as well, because we're going to see this character like in a nighttime kind of setting anyway. So we'll go to adjust, under filter, go down to HSV adjustment, change the hue to like blue and make it like less saturated, more darker. You know, again, I can make a duplicate of that layer, put it on top of this, and then go to multiply and then make the opacity of that or something like that, or just colour or something, and put it on top. So yeah, and it makes like gives a certain kind of colour. If you wanted to have like a nighttime sort of scene, maybe overlay, but it doesn't really work too well. We don't have to have that anyway. We get rid of that layer anyway. But so we got this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint on top some black. Okay, some more absolute black if I can get some. Okay, so yeah, some black there. See some like rough shadows, you know. Rough, like kind of shadow, kind of shapes and stuff going on there. I'm going to put them like a bit more transparent. Okay, to erase certain areas of those. I think it's too big, you know. And then what I'll do is I'll make some kind of shapes as well, like some ground or something, you know. And you know, well, I'll merge these down now. Is what I'll do if these advertisements let me get to them. Merge them down as one, the background ones, and then what I'll do is I'll just choose a colour from there and simply just add some building like shapes in the background, like imagining the buildings or something. So, and then what I can do is, because I've got the opacity set to like fairly low for this brush, is I can start painting on top of that and making more like in front, like more like closer ones and stuff. So you've got some depth there. I'm not going too deep with the detail, I'm just doing certain things here. It's a bit of a darker as well, like on top of that, even like the black there. See, and then even across the back there as well, even with a spray like that, and some, excuse me, and some white on another layer, you know, below the characters. Hard light, low opacity. You just add some white areas. I know. I'm trying to think of like, I want to have some kind of light on the scene. We put it above, maybe see how that looks. I don't know, a bit of mist or something. Put some blue there. Let me see. I'm not even sure what I'm doing. Go to normal. Put that as normal. And put that like that. Put that over the front there. I'm just trying to work this out, man. I could have like that, a bit of a mist maybe. Just erase certain areas. Low opacity brush. We've got our little, ourselves a little scene, little foggy night kind of scene. I know the angles are wrong. I do know that. Okay, I'm not stupid, man. I can see. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to have. Well, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut these out. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut them out. So first we need to merge the whole thing. So flatten the whole image. Make another layer, and I'm going to make this white, almost white, not so bright white, but white, okay-ish. and I'm going to make a full opacity brush, go over a normal brush, sorry, spray won't make it perfect, so I'll do that, put this below. Oh, please excuse me, that's my pet rabbit in the background there. You've seen him before, his name's Chucky. Let me just, if you bear with me guys for 1 second while you just look at the image for 1 second, sorry about this, my pet rabbit's being funny, let me just go and check him out. Should be alright. Hold on. If he does that again, I'll have to see you just kicking the thing. Either want some food or a stroke or something. I've got a pet rabbit called Chucky. He's great. But yeah, sometimes he wants attention, he's great. We always let him out for some exercise and stuff, you know. What I'm going to do now though is that, yeah, so I'm going to, because there seems to be a problem where it's kept the outside borders of the red there, I'm just going to select, basically it does almost like allow you to select this, you know, whole thing. I'm going to shrink that down to a size, to a size carefully here for some fun. It's all for fun. It's all for fun, man. Didn't you realise that? Okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to go here. I'm having fun doing it anyway. And I'm going to cut these out into like certain shapes. So, you know, certain shapes, and just move them about basically. Oh my god, I'm on the wrong layer. I don't know why it does that. So weird. So I'm just going to move them about and make it as though they're like comic panels, even though it's supposed to be like it's either the same guy or it's not, you know. But it's like it's either the same guy or another guy that looks exactly like him. In this situation, I was actually drawing the same guy. Oh, I've done this the wrong way. Let me just go to select. Can I inverse that? Invert selection. Yes, but I don't want to do that actually because because it's going to select the other character on the left, other side. So I'm going to choose this one and just move this across. Hold on. Choose this one and move this across. Remember that makes it a little bit more comic-like, you know. So I wasn't planning to do this in the beginning, but you get the idea, right? I'm going to move this over here. Yeah, hold on. Move this. No. What I need to do is I need to select these. It's weird how it gives you that. It keeps the rest of the image, you know. I think the best way to do it would be like this, to select the area, then go to invert selection and then press delete, and that would get rid of the whole, whatever's outside of that at least. I think it will have done that. Will it have done that? Delete, you son of a bitch. And now if I go deselect and move the whole thing, will it still have that? I think it will. It does. It's so strange, very strange. So what I have to do, and it doesn't work, so I need to just cut this piece out and move this piece basically. Okay, which is good. Little test thing we did today. Don't need it to have it so big really, do we? But I'll have that like that, and I'll give it a certain selection size. I'm not putting any boxes around them. I like square boxes. I go trim to selection. It's not perfect size wise, but move that again into place. What can I do? I mean, I could obviously go underneath that and, you know, do some black lines, but I just can't be bothered. We're just having it simple. So I'll just call this, I'll just write on it character designs in black up the top here. character designs. Okay, so there you go. You know, I'm going to save that out. I could give a bit more of a contrast change or certain things. I'm not going to bother. Ah, shit, man, I hate it when my keyboard suddenly changes to Chinese. Very strange. Sorry guys. Okay, so now we're going to save that there as a PNG. Okay, I'm going to have a look at that just quickly. Full screen. And there's a little image there. I'll say not the best, but you know, maybe this guy was out somewhere in the field and he said he's going to do some night exercise, some night training. It's got a funny angle there. I mean, this angle, this middle one. It's like, how is he standing? How is he defying gravity like this by standing? Or is it that he's not, and it's like the background is a certain shape? I really don't know. But whatever, it doesn't even matter. This first one, he's like, you know, maybe he just accidentally stood in a hole or something. He's like, oh shit, just fell over completely straight almost. And now he's like, I better, after he pulled his leg out of the hole, now he's like trying to loosen up his leg or do some exercise after that. You know, dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this is just some designs, alright? In the next video we'll be doing more designs, as I say, so see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.